that's my hand. Okay, there I am. Now I'll reverse it out here. I don't know if it's going to be bright enough for you guys to see these flashes of light appearing all over. It's something that we take for granted so much, but sometimes it is just amazing. All these little flashes of light. When I came out earlier, it was quite the light display. And they seemed so big and luminous and just wanting to say hello. So I'm going to walk over this way just a little bit further to the taller grasses where it seems like they've really been hanging out more. Let's see if you can get... There's some saying hello. There they are. Hello. Hello, friends. When I came out and saw what looked like a wall of glitter just a few minutes ago, I didn't have my phone with me, and I wondered if someone had never seen such a display, what would they think it was? What kind of explanation would they give to such a thing? They seem to be like in the bottom of the tree tonight. It'll be interesting too when I do this playback to hear what sounds might be present that I'm unaware of. I do have a little dog out here with me, so I hear her snorting around here. Oh, look. Oh, look at all of them saying hi. Isn't that great? Look at them. Okay. I'm going to stop it here. Okay, here we are back again in the A Course in Miracles workbook for students. I'm going to be reading the review number 6 and then reading lesson 202. For this review, we take but one idea each day and practice it as often as possible. Besides the time you give morning and evening, which should not be less than 15 minutes, and the hourly remembrances you make throughout the day, use the idea as often as you can between them. Each of these ideas alone would be sufficient for salvation if it were learned truly. Each would be enough to give release to you and to the world from every form of bondage and invite the memory of God to come again. With this in mind, we start our practicing, in which we carefully review the thoughts the Holy Spirit has bestowed on us in our last 20 lessons. Each contains the whole curriculum if understood, practiced, accepted, and applied to all the seeming happenings throughout the day. One is enough, but from that one there must be no exceptions made. And so we need to use them all and let them blend as one as each contributes to the whole we learn. These practice sessions, like our last review, are centered round a central theme with which we start and end each lesson. It is this: I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. The day begins and ends with this, and we repeat it every time the hour strikes, or we remember in between we have a function that transcends the world we see. Beyond this, and a repetition of the special thought we practice for the day, No form of exercise is urged except a deep relinquishment of everything that clutters up the mind and makes it deaf to reason, sanity, and simple truth. We will attempt to get beyond all words and special forms of practicing for this review, for we attempt this time to reach a quickened pace For we attempt this time to reach a quickened pace along a shorter path to the serenity and peace of God. We merely close our eyes and then forget all that we thought we knew and understood. For thus is freedom given us from all we did not know and failed to understand. There is but one exception to this lack of structuring. Permit no idle thoughts to go unchallenged. If you notice one, deny its hold and hasten to assure your mind that this is not what it would have. Then gently let the thought which you denied be given up in sure and quick exchange for the idea we practice for the day. When you are tempted, hasten to proclaim your freedom from temptation as you say, "This thought I do not want, I choose instead," and then repeat the idea for the day and let it take the place of what you thought. Beyond such special applications of each day's idea, we will add but a few formal expressions or specific thoughts to aid in practicing. Instead, we give these times of quiet to the teacher who instructs in quiet, speaks of peace, and gives our thoughts whatever meaning they may have. To him I offer this review for you. I place you in his charge and let him teach you what to do and say and think. Each time you turn to him, he will not fail to be available to you each time you call to him to help you. Let us offer him the whole review. We now begin, and let us also not forget to whom it has been given, as we practice day by day, advancing toward the goal he set for us, allowing him to teach us how to go, and trusting him completely for the way each practice period can best become a loving gift of freedom to the world. Lesson 202. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. A review of 182. I will be still an instant and go home. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong when God himself has given me his voice to call me home? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I will be still an instant and go home. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong when God himself has given me his voice to call me home? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I will be still an instant and go home. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong when God himself has given me his voice to call me home? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Okay. Switch over to the commentary by Jesus. 1 second. And this is from A Year of Forgiveness, penned by Tina Louise Spalding. And these are the words of Jesus regarding lesson 202, titled, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. We are pleased that you have come this far with us. You are in the 200s now, and you have gone through some of the most difficult parts of the course. You have come to see that it has done you good, or you would not be here with us today. You have seen some transformations in your behavior. You have come to see some of the shenanigans that your thoughts get up to, and some of the thoughts you should not believe that reside within your consciousness. You have come to see that suffering is optional. You are not a body. This is one of the great lies your society tells you. It is promoted relentlessly because it is one of the most disempowering thoughts you can have, that you are just a body. Your Western scientific method is based on that. Spirituality is not allowed in your scientific method at all. Consciousness is removed from your scientific method, even though it is impossible for it to be removed. Scientists believe it has been removed, but it does not ever leave that experimenter's domain. People designing experiments have their perceptions deeply entrenched in the design of that experiment. Scientists observing experiments will change the outcome by their desires. There is no clear scientific method as you believe. The biggest mistake the scientific method in your Western world makes is assuming that everything is physical and you are a body. The whole pharmaceutical industry is based on the idea that the body goes wrong for no reason, and that cannot be solved. This is not true. Miracles can happen, but they come from the mind. They come from healing the mind. They come from aligning the mind with love, not fear. You see the scientific proof of that. You see people who are stressed out all the time and have heart attacks. Their bodies fail. You see people who are self-loathing and unloving to themselves develop autoimmune diseases. The body seems to attack itself because they are attacking themselves. This process of mind reclamation, gaining back your sovereignty and aligning with love, is the miracle working device that those of you who suffer from sickness and pain want. It is the path home to health and true happiness. You are not a body. You are spirit. You have come from spirit and you will return to spirit. Once this experience, this detour into fear is over, you will return to the loving arms of the Divine Father, and you will not be judged for the errors you have made here. Stop berating yourself for your failures and focus on what you are good at. Focus on what you love. Focus on the things that bring you joy. When joy courses through your body, it heals you because it is love, and that is the frequency of health and life, not death. Death is a choice. You do not think it as a choice. You believe in it as an inevitability. As you say, there are only two things guaranteed in your life, death and taxes, but we disagree with that. There's only one thing guaranteed in your life, and that is to live for eternity. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. In peace and love, may you be blessed.